Hi, I'm Brent Johnson, and today we are at Northaven Methodist Church in Dallas. With me is Larry McCain. You're the new organist here at the church, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about this organ. It's Roy Redman, correct? Was the builder?
Yes, sir. Roy's a Fort Worth organ builder.
Okay, so just right here in the area?
Yes. I understand this was his Opus 7 in 1973.
Wow, okay. But this isn't where it originally lived, right?
Correct. Northaven was in this location, but in a completely different sanctuary, much smaller room, lower ceilings, kind of a traditional, older traditional style. So this was quite an organ in that smaller room. Right, yes.
Yeah, so we have a much bigger room where you're actually kind of way up at the top of the perch.
All
here.
high and lifted up.
So yeah, so
How
the
about
organ
that?
speaks right into the room. Everybody
Yes.
gets to see this beautiful facade. So.
Right.
Well, I want to hear a little bit of it. So I know you're kind of learning this organ too because you haven't been here very long.
Yes, yes.
So that's great. We can both figure this out together. I want to
bet.
start. We have the swell right here in front of us. So let's just start with some of the swell stops. What have we got that's right here?
The Weidenpfeife is a string, almost a hybrid. It's available with a Schwebung. So we got
German Celeste. Now, I should say this: all of the nomenclature is German, as the sound
Yes.
of the organ will
Yes.
dictate a little bit too, but very Germanic instrument. Now, I'm just going to ask: you have the swell pretty much right here at eye level.
Oh, yes.
How is that when you're playing? I mean, does that give you a good idea of balance? Or?
It's at eye level and at ear level, and the balance is a challenge. I'm greatly dependent on, as I get started, on making recordings and other sets of ears out there to tell me, because it often appears that the swell is much stronger than it
does
is.
seem loud right here at your level.
And the great, which is way up there, doesn't appear to me to be as strong as it is
All
out
right,
there.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, would be a case. So
Exactly.
You have to work around that a little
Right.
bit. All right. Well, what's next in the swell?
The 8-foot Holzgeduct is we can put that and the string together to get a quasi-diapason if we need. Then the 4-foot principal is a nice, strong 4-foot. That with our works well. The 4-foot spill flute is a lovely one, both in the ensemble and for solo.
How does that sound with the 8-foot flute?
The
Put
8
those
and
two
4
together.
are real effective. Then it does have the mutation of 1 1/3, so to get the little positive effect, you can. Crumhorn for.
That's right here in the front, so it speaks well.
It
into the room, nice
is.
and
It is.
clear.
You can see these just right here. The 2-foot octave. Now there's not a 2-foot principal on the grate,
Okay.
so the 2-foot octave on the swell. Oftentimes, it's used obviously in the swell, but if sometimes necessary, I can couple
down,
that
okay.
to use that. But say, so the kind of a principal chorus with that is. And then the crown is the Scharf. It's a 2/3 foot pitched
Okay.
mixture.
How many
So
ranks do we have? In it?
It's a 4-rank.
4 ranks starting
So
at 2 2/3.
right.
That's-
So we've got 4-rank mixture in the grate, 4-rank mixture in the swell, and a 4-rank mixture in the pedals.
Oh,
so
wow.
we have
All around.
12 ranks of mixtures right there. So the Scharf, as I say, I should warn you, I'm getting ready to play the Scharf.
Okay.
If you're standing
It's
here.
right here at your level.
Here we are, yeah.
Okay.
But downstairs,
That's a
it
brilliant
works
sound.
very
Yeah,
well.
unfortunately, listeners are hearing the organ down there.
Yes,
So for
yes.
them, it should sound just like a nice full swell. So that's good.
You bet. You bet.
All right, let's talk about the grate now,
Yes.
which is up above.
Yes.
Well, just directly on top of the swell.
The 8-foot principle to me, just even by itself, just does a wonderful job.
hear it.
Just to.
Here in the facades are
Yes.
a good portion of it, so
Right.
it speaks out
right.
into the room.
Right. It's
clearly.
and then of course the 8 and 4 is still, I can use that alone for a hymn and be
Really?
very effective.
Very
And
nice.
then the 2 2/3 really works well, even just 8/4 2 2/3 without either mixture or the other. It adds the little crispness that always comes in hand. Just
So far, it's not been overly bright or screamy the way that a lot
Right.
of these sort of Germanic grates are. It's
Right.
actually very gentle, very warm sounds.
So far
but
it
still
has
bright
been.
and clear enough that you only need, 3 stops. You can accompany a room of singers in here.
Right.
So,
Now, adding the mixture, when Roy was here recently, he pointed out that now the mixture is pitched at 1 1/3, 4 rank, but he pointed out that it's got a pretty strong 2-foot in it,
Okay.
and he always advised that if I use the mixture, that there'd be no need to use the 2-foot flute,
okay, right.
because it would sometimes interfere, and so, but it just works very, very effective.
it adds a lot of color to the top of that
It
chorus.
really does. It really does. And the trumpet works well as a chorus trumpet, just to add, just as. And if you want to solo it out,
Yeah, let's hear that by itself just to see how it.
yeah, you bet. And listeners down there tell me that it comes out very,
Yeah,
very
it's,
well.
it's not super loud, but then again, it's over our heads,
Right,
so maybe
right.
it's not quite as balanced here.
Right.
But it's a good, clear sound, and it's not piercing, but full, and it adds to the chorus.
Oh yes, so it works out useful, and everything is straight on the instrument. So we've got a 16-foot trumpet that's not just an extension.
Completely
It's
separate.
yeah. Isn't that
Chorus, I
fun?
like it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
not super loud, but
Right.
good and colorful.
Right,
So-
right.
We have a couple other little stops in there. We've got, as you mentioned, the.
Where'd it go?
Well, let's go back down to the 8-foot roar.
Oh yes, yeah. It's for instance, solo against the strings works really
Yeah,
nice.
it's a big solo flute sound too.
And if you really do want to fatten up that principle, it'll do it.
Yeah, that's a big flute for an 8-foot in an organ of this style.
It is.
So
It
it's
is.
useful.
And this little quint is a
16-foot Holtz
yeah,
quintadina.
lots of quint.
Is that effective as a solo stop at all, or is
I've
is
used
not
it as
enough?
solo stop. I've also used it for the pedal. We have just the one sub bass, so I've coupled it down and used it for kind of a little alternative
Something rather
pedal
than the
16,
16,
or
yeah.
or
Yeah.
using it as a manual 16 under with this. So
Okay.
it's and even just adding to say the principal chorus, just to 16. It's amazing for just
For just a
what the-
quintile, that adds a lot of
It
16-foot
really does.
bass to it. That's
It does. I
impressive.
think that strong quint ends up
Yeah.
reinforcing that fundamental. Right.
Well, then we've got is the 2-foot wall flute that you mentioned,
Yes.
which you can blend, I guess, with the 8 and 4. Or
Sure.
Just the 8
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
If, you wanted to.
If I wanted to, let's say, so we can just use the whole. Contrasting that with the 8 and 4 in the swell.
Yeah, very different, but
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
And then you've also got a quint and a terce, so we can have our
Yeah, yeah. The cornet, what I kind of started experimenting with a little bit would say the cornet versus the crumb horn here. It works. So, and we've got trims, so we can
Yeah,
use
how does
them.
it trim if you trim that cornet on the grate?
Right,
So
yeah.
you have a separate grate tremolo for this.
Right. Now, we can hear it from here, but not downstairs.
That's good, yeah.
I checked on that. I checked on that, yeah. Even with the 2 in there, too.
Very good. Now, what have we got in the pedal? We have a full 32-note concave radiating pedal board. So
Yes.
it's a modern AGO pedal
Yes,
board.
right,
But
right.
still mechanical action.
Right.
So what stops do we
The
have?
the sub bass, which is just the singular pedal, is just it's amazing to me that it works on soft and loud both. Just very nice.
It's mounted on the back of the case, so it's
And say that against just even without any coupling. And then up at 8 foot also.
now that's a principal.
Yes,
Yeah, so some of that's out in the facade here as well. Okay.
and then also at 4. So you got 16, 8, and 4. Corral bass. And so all those together. You could get away with that coupling even most of the time.
Very clear, and it
very
speaks well in
nice.
the room.
Yeah. Then there's a 16-foot reed. When you're just going ahead and putting the bite in an ensemble. Very effectively.
Yeah, definitely.
Also available, again, a separate reed at 8.
Oh, separate.
Solo or
To me, that sounds like the biggest read on the organ. It's really clear.
Let's see.
and
Yeah,
broad.
it may be. See.
No, they're great. It's just bigger than that 16.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, right. And then let's see. And then of course we got this 4-arc mixture. So putting that.
So a 16, 8, 4 mixture. Yeah, good clear pedal line there. It's
right.
nice to have those mixtures. We didn't say we have a total of 36 ranks in this organ.
Yes,
across
right.
27 stops.
Right, right.
Yeah. So
And
a lot,
so
of,
the
lot
mi-
of organ in this case.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
And a lot of useful colors there.
Still discovering it all.
In the original installation, of course
yes.
it was moved over from here, the combination action was added. So we have in fact, this is electric action now.
Right.
It was originally mechanical. So
Right.
now we have the aid of several
Yes.
pistons and memory levels now.
Yes, and that's great.
And these are unique little pistons. I'm not
They
sure.
are. They're
I've not seen some like these, at
Right.
least on an American organ. So is that easier or harder for you to get used to?
well, it's taken a little getting used to, but I'm doing probably a little bit more hand changing stops than but that's okay.
And you still have a full set of toe studs.
Oh yes, I've still and I've been able to use those very well. But I think there's 32 levels of memory, so that's in good shape. Mechanically, everything is just having a real good time with
Great.
it.
The sanctuary of Northaven is a multi-layer space, so getting up to the organ console requires going up these stairs. And then we find ourselves in the choir loft. To get into the organ, these back panels come loose and you can see into the space underneath the swell and behind the console. There are some horizontal pipes there that are offset. And then we can see the trackers that go up to the grate behind all of the swell pipes. And here are the slider motors that control the stop action. These are what were added when the stop action was electrified. Each one of those turns on and off one stop by pushing or pulling on that lever that moves a slider. Frequently these are attached directly at the end of the chest, but because this was added on, there wasn't room, so they had to be put underneath. There's some trackers going up to the pedal, and over on the other side we see the grate slider motors as well as the backfalls of the keyboard. There's the tubing for the offset pipes, and you can kind of look through and see some of the bass pipes of the string stop. So to get up to the grate, you have to install this ladder. Pull yourself up and squeeze through back to the space behind the organ. There are key locks that let you into the grate pipe chamber. The reeds are in the back. Foot in the 16. Somebody turned on the cymbal stern, which has a rotary star at the front of the organ. We can see how the facade pipes are tubed off from the chest. There's some pedal pipes that are outside of the case and they're on the back. Both sides of the case.
So thank you for showing us this wonderful 1973 Roy Redman organ. I hope you're having lots of fun with it and learning all about it. And it's been wonderful to hear it demonstrated. So thank you for doing that.
Well, thank you for showing it.
Remember, if you like this video, please subscribe down below and you can click the thumbs up button. This organ is one of the many that are going to be on the 2019 OHS Convention here in Dallas. So if you come to the convention, you'll get to come hear this instrument performed and you can come take a look at it and probably even play it yourself. There's information down in the description for signing up for for the OHS Convention. So we hope to see you there. Remember, if you want streaming classical organ music anytime, you can go to our 3 streaming stations, organlive.com, Positively Baroque, and The Organ Experience. Thank you for watching. I'm Brent Johnson. I'll talk to you next time.